and this is my evidence video blog. What did you used to do when you were born? The first question: what were the activities you used to do relieve boredom before isolation? I used to take dance classes 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times per week, Monday, Thursday, and Friday, because in occasion my job was very stressful. But during the pandemic, those classes become virtual, but that wasn't the same because sometimes I in front of the screen alone, I feel as jerk. Second question: did you usually to do activities alone or with people who were in the house too? During the pandemic, I live alone, so I used to do activities alone. During that time, I took my first virtual course at the Sena, but that was a bad experience because that teacher only updated the video and I only to see them. But when I have anything question, that person don't respond. Very bad. However, I had my certificate that montaje de sistemas solares fotovoltaicos básicos. That was the only useful. I was involved in other activities during the pandemic. For example, I started jogging because sometimes being at home all day depressed me. I had an advantage. In the back of my house, there was a large pasture, and I was able to clean it, so I could to jog there. Another activity during the pandemic. I used to buy most of my food from restaurant before the pandemic. But during the pandemic, I prefer to cook myself to avoid contact with people with the virus. During that time, I lost weight because I didn't like to cook, and most of the time, I used to cook only chicken with rice, and I drank only water. Before the pandemic, I used to ride a bike, so I had another advantage. I knew several lonely routes, and during the pandemic, I was able to ride a bike without risk of contracting the virus. Another option I found was learning to play piano. A friend lent me a keyboard and I downloaded an app to learn. I found this activity very fun. I respond another question. What were the times of day when you felt most bored? The most boring moments of each day during the pandemic were the nights. And not only that, sometimes some nights would depress me. Sometimes the loneliness was overwhelming. The last question. Did you share those activities with anyone else on social media for them to use? As I progressed with my piano lessons, I used to share short videos with a couple of friends. Later, I heard that my friend Sandra had bought a keyboard so her daughter could learn too. That that is all my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.